a minute before it gets really rocking. You know how it works.
Yeah.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers,
Fucking
man.
playoffs, man. Fucking playoffs. We got it. So, I was just thinking about how before Mahomes started, well, I mean, even when he started, when he first started,
Yeah.
and we lost to the Patriots and stuff.
Hmm.
And then, I mean, and that was a championship game, dude. 2018 all the way till now, championship games every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the NFL Network.
2025
Mhm.
championship game, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the NFL Network is actually replaying the Bills Kansas City Chiefs AFC Championship uh
Nice.
of 2020 right now. So
That was so we had the divisional game against the Browns that year. That's what the year that Danny Sorensen
yeah.
whopped that freaking guy right next to the goal line. He was going in for a touchdown, and here comes Dirty Dan. Just
Mhm.
wow. I remember
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, the Bills
Yeah, and then
of course they lost. So
then we played you guys, and it was 38-24.
yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
gosh, that was pretty cool. And how far did you guys make it the next year, though? Because the
I
next
think
year,
it was just the division. I think we made it to the division. That was it.
okay, yeah. So we played the Steelers the next year in the wild card
Yeah,
round.
I would assume. Let's
That's
look at
right.
Buffalo. Let's look at
Then
Buffalo here.
then we played you guys and we beat you 42-36. I got it right here. I looked it up.
Mhm.
So we beat you guys 42-36 in overtime that year. And then we
Okay.
lost to the Bengals in the championship, and they haven't done shit since, have they?
No.
They said something about Burrowhead and then lost their ass every time they've come up against the Chiefs ever since. And that's a good team too. It really is. The Bengals are a really good team, dude. And I liked Cody Ford
Mhm.
a lot, dude.
Just Jules OD asked if she could be a mod or he could be a mod or she could be a mod. Yeah, she. Excuse me.
Huh. No, we only have a few a few people on here. Get to know us and be around a lot, and then we can talk about being mods.
Yeah.
But right now, the people that are my mods are ones that I know. You know what I mean? Like for years and stuff.
Mhm.
So in 2022, we played you guys not in the playoffs though. Was that
Mhm.
was that the DeMar Hamlin year? No.
I believe it was you're the 2022, right? No, 20. I'm just trying to think here. Okay, sure. I will be watching you guys
You know,
more.
you know what,
And
Jules? Just keep coming around, and we'll hang out and stuff, and we'll talk football. What's your team, Jules? The hungry axolotl, and I will eat another. Nice.
let's see
What's
here.
you
Let's
guys' teams? You guys like the football? Anthony's a Bills fan, and I'm Jamie. I'm a Chiefs fan, and been a Chiefs fan forever. Nice, Buffalo. Hey, hey. I
right
can't do the
on.
song. I don't even. Anthony knows it.
Hey, hey, let's
Chicago
go
Bears.
Buffalo.
Respect. You know what? The Bears usually have just a shit ton of talent. It just seems like they can't
Yeah.
quite get it going.
Well,
They just
they got a
can't get it
coach
going.
now. They hired that coach.
Who'd they get,
Johnson.
bro?
I believe it was Johnson. I believe is the new Bears head coach.
Nice. I mean, Matt Nagy did pretty good with us. We got him off the Bears, and then he did. We were 15-2 this year, so
Yeah,
that's pretty sweet.
Ben Johnson from the Detroit Lions. He was an offensive
We
coordinator.
got Noah is a Chiefs fan
Mhm.
here.
Yeah.
Nice. Aaron obviously is on your side, Anthony.
Yes.
So me and Anthony, we fan different than a lot of people. We just try to get along, and we will high five even while our teams are playing each other. It's kind of cool that way. Hey, Packers fan.
Right on.
What's
Hey,
up,
hey.
buddy?
It will be a bare knuckle match, man. So back to what we were talking about. So in the 2020 when we went to the AFC Championship against you guys,
I
in
like Travis Kelsey
2021,
too.
the Bills played the Patriots and they had that flawless game and then lost to you guys in that 13-second game. And then in 2022,
Yeah.
we played the Dolphins, beat the Dolphins, and then we lost and we ended up losing to the Bengals. And then last year's playoffs, we beat the Steelers, and then we again lost to you by 3 in the divisional again. And then this year we played the Broncos, Ravens, and now you guys again. So this will be
Usually
interesting.
pretty close games, man, between our teams. Usually pretty stinking close games.
If 5 waffles eat 7 apples, how many people are going through pain?
Come on now.
So, the defense here. Let's talk defense a little. I know you like defense and all that. So we'll go. We'll kind of do these. We have
I
4.
don't, Anthony. I don't just like defense. I want to see
Yes.
people just get
Well, you know what I mean.
smushed.
Yeah.
I like it the
So
old way because when I played
yeah.
football, they didn't give a crap, man. They would hit me so stinking hard. I'd wake up looking out the ear hole of my helmet.
Mhm. So the Kansas City defense, their ranks they rank pretty good. I mean it's not
Probably the
that far.
top 5, maybe top
No,
7. I would
actually,
say.
the yards per game they rank 9th. They give up 320 yards a game.
A lot of that's
Buffalo.
passing yards, though, isn't it?
No, that's yards per game. That's not passing yards.
That's total, huh?
That's total yards per game. They are
Okay.
they average 320. They give they let their opponents get about 320 yards a game. And then Buffalo, they give up 341 and a half yards a game. They're ranked 17th.
I'm reading the chat while you're doing this, bro.
Yeah. No, you're good.
I got some
And then
guys in here being silly, like me.
the worms are in my head and they wiggle.
Mad, not angry.
So the pass defense, you guys rank 18th. You guys give up 218 yards a game in pass defense, but Buffalo is ranked 24th. We give up 226 yards a game.
Jeez, dude.
These
That's all
are
good.
yeah, and then the rush
Like, it
defense, you
doesn't
guys,
matter. Our teams
yeah,
are dead nuts even.
yeah,
Like, seriously, it's going to be
uh
probably the coolest game ever, man. Our teams are literally
yeah,
exactly even. Points for and points against in the last 10
mhm.
games that we played each other. Dead Nuggets even.
Yes, exactly.
251 points for and 251 points against for both teams,
It's
bro.
crazy, man.
5 and 5.
Yeah, and then
Like,
the rush
seriously, the
defense,
only
yeah,
difference is we seem to beat your asses in the playoff,
mhm,
but in the regular season, you guys beat the shit out of us. I don't know
yeah.
why either.
So the rush defense, you guys give up 101.8 yards on rushing, as Buffalo
Yeah.
gives up 115 and a
Most
half.
of those yards, though,
Mhm.
are Lamar Jackson just freaking running the
Well,
ball
that's
100
through
yards
17
against us.
games. Yeah, because you guys gave up all total yards 5. Let me hold on. Rushing
Well, the
yards.
Chiefs' defense was also hurt a lot of the year
Yeah,
too. So we've had a lot of guys injured on the defense and on the
yeah,
offense too, like big time the whole year. But
yeah.
Anthony, you got to understand, these guys are ready, bro. Like, everybody's healthy. Everybody's healthy. Everybody's ready to roll. I mean, we had guys that we didn't think was going to be back till next year. The only one that's not going to be back till next year is probably Rashee Rice. But if he was in there, you guys would crap yourself because that kid is a wheelhouse, bro. He's a little go getter. He likes to go fast and he can catch too. But Worthy's been doing pretty good for us. I'm more worried about the offense than I am the defense. I know my defense is going to do well, and I know your offense is very good, very very good. But I just think that my defense can hold up.
I get you. I was
Two
just
two badass quarterbacks actually We got two awesome quarterbacks going at it, man. And your defense, the Bills defense has kind of come into its own, bro. I mean, you guys have started defending for a while there. A lot of people thought that you guys' defense was kind of iffy and probably was going to lose games for you, but that was injuries, man. All your guys are back too, right? What's your
for the most part.
what's your injury list looking like?
Um,
See,
Terrell Bernard, the cornerback, he
Rice is going
is.
to retire. Hungry Axolotl's a bit silly. Hey, what's up, Mike Jones? So yeah, what's the yeah? Let's check that out, Anthony. Do you got that to find for me? Damn. Super Bowl 22, Super Bowl 23. Right now, we're sitting in the AFC Championship trying to get the Super Bowl from the 2024 season, even though it's 2025.
So Kristen Benford is still under concussion protocol.
Benford is. That sucks.
Yeah.
He's pretty good, too.
Yeah. And then
What about that other kid? Didn't you have a Morano or
Milano. Matt Milano is limited
Milano.
practice. He's got a
So, but
hamstring
is he just
bicep
limited
issue going.
practice?
He's limited in practice. He's been limited in practice. And then Taylor Rapp has back and hip issue. He has not practiced. He is.
Okay.
I don't know. We'll find out what happens down the road. He's got one more day on Friday. We're going to see what happens.
Yeah,
But
for
it looks
sure.
like everybody else has been pretty good. Let's see here. And then, like I said, Milano's probably going to be a game time decision. Taylor Rapp is probably going to be a decision coming tomorrow night after practice, tomorrow afternoon. They might have him as doubtful or probably questionable.
Hey, Mike. The NFC Championship. So we got West Desert Mike, and we also have Mr. Mike Jones in here. So I would like to talk to Mr. Mike Jones right now. And Mike Jones, the NFC Championship. I will say this: if the Commanders come into that game with the hunger that they showed last week and the week before, I don't know if there's a team that can stop them. But this is the big daddy of games for your entire NFC. And so that it makes people nervous. It makes people freak out. And I don't know if there's I don't know if Jaden Daniels has given enough film on himself to start having a slump against a team like the Eagles. But the Eagles are no shit. That team is no shit. So if they don't come in as hungry as they've been acting, because like last week, that was the hungriest team I ever seen. They went into the Lions and just beat their butts. That was amazing to watch. So if they come in with that kind of hunger, man, I think the Commanders will take it. But the Eagles are so goddamn good. You better have that hunger. You better be more hungry than them. And they got a lot of seasoned guys that have been here before and not long ago. Right? I mean, seriously. What was that? Eagles was 2022. You still got plenty of guys on that team that know what the hell is up. You know, I mean, Jalen Hurts was there, coaches and stuff too. So the way I see it, there's an if there, Commanders or yeah. So Jalen Hurts is different though because even if he's hurt in the playoffs, he goes out there and plays like he's not hurt. So he's okay with being literally in a wheelchair the whole off season as long as he can get, get there. I mean, I guess mobility plays a big factor, but that team's good enough that I really think they can do it even without him being a mobile quarterback. I mean, they got a good run game, right? Anthony, don't the Eagles have a good run game?
Eagles, yeah, they do.
Right. Daniel Barry Sports Highlight. What's up, bro? Nice. Nice, man. Cool. Good to see you guys. Kick ass. That makes me happy. But yeah, the Eagles have a really good run game.
So
They
do
got a
the
good
Commanders.
passing game too. Oh yeah,
So-
dude. I've been really fanboying on the Commanders since they got Jaden in there, like since week 1 and stuff.
The Eagles and the Commanders rank 2 and 3 respectively on the running game, on rush
Yeah.
yards per game.
For reals, dude.
The
Boy, those
Eagles,
Commanders
the
are so
Eagles,
hungry, though, bro. I
yeah.
don't know how you fight that. Like, I'm thinking if the Commanders were to see the Chiefs in the Super Bowl and they're playing as hungry as they did last week, man, I don't care who they see in the Super Bowl. The Bills, the Chiefs, they're gonna beat our ass. So we're gonna have to really buckle down and be ready for that energy, that hunger and energy that they're gonna bring to something like that. Win or lose, I guess. Sorry, I didn't mean to bump this. Win or lose, I guess we're still going to be rooting for each other a bit because, best bros and football and beers and stuff.
Yeah, the Commanders are averaging
Hello,
154. And
What's
then
what, Anthony? One more time.
the Philadelphia Eagles are averaging 179.3 yards per game, and the Commanders are averaging 154.1 yards per game on rushing, and they're respectively 2 and 3.
Huh. Dang, dude. That's that's going to be our running game for sure. So maybe people are picking the score too high, you think? Or do you think they're
That
just that
depends on
good at running?
that
The
depends
score is
on their
still going to be
defense,
high.
so you know what I mean.
So what's their defenses look like against the run, though? So what's the Eagles' defense hold people for yards in a game?
We're gonna look in here for runs. You ever look at this right here?
Yeah.
Let me. So the Eagles are a better team when it comes to defend the run than the Commanders. It looks like.
This is on paper, right? Because this is what analytics does: is it doesn't take in that human factor. On paper, Travis Kelce looks like he's no good this year to some
But
people,
it's awesome.
and
Yeah.
in real life, he turns into the Yeti in playoffs, and he's gonna fucking go out there and do what it takes to win a game. He's just
This
amazing
is
like that,
an analytics. This is the stats. This is just their.
That's all analytics
yeah.
is. Analytics
Yeah.
is nerds watching stats.
Yeah.
This is what they usually do in this situation, and that.
Yeah, well, the Eagles
Eagles
give up about 104 yards a game. The rush
give up 100.
104 yards a game, and what the Commanders give up 137.5 yards a game.
Well, Saquon's gonna have a day then, huh?
Possibly. Unless the defense, every week's different, obviously, like we talk about.
Well, sure, dude.
Just because,
any given Sunday, brother.
That's just like how the Bills and the Ravens. The Bills got romped by the Ravens, and then in the playoffs, the Bills beat the Ravens, regardless of how it happened.
Daniel
when
says
it happened,
the Chiefs could four-peat if they wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
Mike pops in. I think it's a shootout. I won't pick winner due to the Giants, being a Giants fan. So yeah, dude, respect Giants fans. You guys are resilient, aren't you? See, I just don't want the Eagles to win since they knocked out the Rams, bro. We were rooting for the Rams. We had a fella come in last night, right? And he says, "Oh, the Rams suck," and I'm like, "Fucking." Give me one fact, because they've got a quarterback that's one of only 2 people that have won a Super Bowl other than Patrick Mahomes since Mahomes has been in this game. Am I wrong? There's 3 quarterbacks that have won the Super Bowl in the last 7 years. Right, Anthony?
Yeah.
Chiefs have 3 of those. And then you've got Tom Brady and you've got Stafford. Right? Who else has
Yeah.
won them? Who else
What,
has won them?
the last 4 years in the Super Bowl?
Shit, let's go all the way back. Let's go back to when Mahomes started. What was that? So Mahomes he lost to the Patriots in the championship in 18. He won the Super Bowl against the 49ers in 19. Lost the Super Bowl against Tom Brady in 20.
So here
and
we
then
go.
The Bengals lost to Stafford, and then Mahomes won the last 2 of them. So yeah, Stafford and Brady. That's the only 2 guys that have won a Super Bowl in Patrick Mahomes' time so far.
Yeah,
right?
That's true. So in 2020, the Kansas City Chiefs beat San Francisco. Then Tampa Bay beat the Chiefs. That was Tom Brady's. And then the Stafford beat the Bengals. And then you guys went back to back against Philadelphia and San Francisco.
I mean, so some dude that has 4-ring whatever says some shit that we don't want to be saying on this channel. We don't talk like that here, man. Let's keep it respectful because we're just trying to like talk about real stuff. Like me sticking up for the Rams. I'm not a Rams fan, bro, but come on. That's a good team. They've got a whole bunch of really good guys. Shit, I'll root for a Bengals player if I see he's kicking some ass. I like hero ball. I like football. I want good football. We don't make fun of other people on this channel. We don't make fun of their teams or their ethnicity, or we don't talk politics either, because that's lame. And then we don't talk about people's who people prefer to date or whatever. That's just not part of this, man. You know what I'm saying, Anthony?
Mhm.
That's not part of this, is it, bro?
No.
You got school Packers fan? That's cool, man. I get it. You got to do what you got to do. I will have to go to work tomorrow, but where I'm at, it's not too late yet. So
Yeah, it's only what,
enjoying
6:20?
a barley pop and hanging out with my bro Anthony. What better times in the world, man? That Tom, you know what? Tom Brady literally, like, literally just took it out of the Chiefs' hands twice. Stafford did. He ended up doing it when Joe Burrow gave it a shot, but Burrow did not win a Super Bowl. So yeah, there's only 2. There's only 2 other quarterbacks other than Mahomes since Mahomes started in the game.
Since 2002 was the first Super Bowl that Tom Brady won in 2002, and then
God,
his
he
last
was
Super
so
Bowl,
good, dude.
his last Super Bowl was with the Patriots was 2019, and then his last Super Bowl in the NFL was 2021. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
right.
And then he's been to the Super Bowl there's you have 1,
Like
2,
literally,
3.
so he did really good right at first. Then he missed out on like 10 years of it, right?
No, actually, let me look at this. Let's see. Okay, so he went. So in 2005, they played the Eagles and they won 24-21. And then he went to the Super Bowl in 2008 against. That's when they had their undefeated record and they lost. And then they had another 1, 2, 3, and the fourth year after an absence, they played the Giants again and they lost. And then 2, 3, and then they've been to the Super Bowl many times, Tom Brady. So it was pretty crazy.
Well, West Desert Mike says, I'm in agreement with your opinion of Washington. They are really hungry and playing well. Makes them extremely dangerous. Yeah, man. If that team doesn't kind of make you a bit nervous about having to go play them. I don't know what team will. Like I would always like if I wasn't a Chiefs fan, I'd be nervous every time my team had to play the Chiefs. I've never seen anything like this in my life. They're just so full of talent, and they don't run the score up on people. They do just as much as they have to do and try to keep guys from getting injured. We got bit hard at the beginning of the season by the injury bug, you know.
Yeah, Tom Brady's been to 10 Super Bowls.
Abdul Hasib, what you doing, bro? How's it going, man? You hanging out with us tonight, eh? Good. Welcome. Welcome. Do you watch the football or are you here to talk about the blue shirt?
What do you mean, not the time?
Note
the
the
time.
time.
Oh.
Note the time. I think he's saying that you're gonna get hungry. You look hungry, Anthony. Do you feel hungry?
I'm hoping to see the Buffalo Bills get to the Super Bowl. That'd be great.
Hey, Abdul, let's not talk religion, bro. We're talking football.
Yeah.
Religion is for
Have a good one,
religions,
Packers fans.
Packers fans, see you, buddy. It's good to see you, man. Hope you have a good evening. See you next time, especially at the game Sunday, bud. Gonna watch some football. Heck yeah. It's a afternoon game for us, hey.
Yeah, it's
You're
not an
coming
early
over,
one.
right? You're gonna come
Yeah, I'll
over,
be
yeah?
over. I'll be over Sunday night.
You should Uber so we can get pissed. What do you think? You should Uber?
I'm not gonna get. No, I'm gonna be cool. I'll have a few, but I'll be cool.
You're gonna be cool.
Yeah, be cool.
That reminds me of that. Remember on Joe Dirt when he says, "Nah, I'm cool," and Kid Rock goes, "No, you're not." I was like, "Whoa, man, that's fucking messed up." That's messed up. Hasib gets the timeout being a religious fella. I like it that people have faith and stuff, but come on, man, this is a football channel.
I agree. Appreciate you, Mike.
Division, the Chiefs had home field advantage.
Yeah.
Let's see. So this is in 2022. The Chiefs had home field advantage in the divisional round. Played the Jaguars and beat the Jaguars 27-20. And the Jaguars were pretty hot that year with Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they played the Bengals in the championship that year as well. Because the Bengals went the year before, but then they had to play the Chiefs in the championship. The Chiefs beat them 23-20. I realize that's a close game. Three-peat would be incredible, Daniel. I would really enjoy seeing that, man. So then that's the Super Bowl, though, in 2022 was the one against the Eagles, and the Chiefs ended up barely beating them, too, 38-35. It's like we've made a career out of Daniel, a four-peat. So if the Chiefs three-peat, why wouldn't you go for four, right?
Why not?
I mean, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't all the coaches stay and just be like, you know what? Let's just make sure nobody ever doubts the greatness, you know? And that would end all of the talk about Tom Brady too, I believe.
Well, when you talk about football,
he's great,
you know,
though.
Tom Brady's going to be a part of the damn conversation, regardless if you look at it.
Always,
you look
dude.
at like Joe Montana. You know, when you talk about quarterbacks, you're going to talk about Joe Montana. You're going to talk about Tom Brady. You know,
Patrick just passed Montana for playoff wins too. Or
Yeah.
no, tied him. So if he can win this weekend, he passes Joe Montana.
Yeah, Stafford is a class act too. I like Stafford. He's tough.
Absolutely, Desert Mike. I believe Matthew Stafford is an absolute class act. I remember his very first game, watching that game, and at the end of the game, it was close. They were down on like the 2 yard line, and Matthew Stafford wanted this win bad. He wanted his first game to be a win, and he took that ball and did a quarterback keep and put his head right through the fucking middle and blasted his way in there. And I'll never forget that, man. That was pretty cool. That was his first game ever. I remember watching that on the TV that day and being like, let's see what this kid's like. And then I was thinking, yeah, I wish the Chiefs could draft a quarterback like, that has some hunger and some will to win, that some of these guys, I think God put a lot of quit in them. And some of them, I think the good Lord might have put a lot of win in them.
I tell you what, there's one game that I liked about Matthew Stafford. It was a game to where he was driving. It was the last drive that they had, and he got hit and he was hurt. I think he separated his shoulder or something happened, and then they popped it in place, and he had a way to play to get back in, and he threw his last throw, and it was a touchdown, and they won the game. And he was
Hell
hurt
yeah.
after that.
With a
He's a
tore
tough
shoulder?
guy.
Jesus Christ, man. So like when Brett Favre broke his thumb and then went out and threw a touchdown pass, like with a busted thumb, like that play.
Yeah.
On his throwing hand too, right? I've had a busted thumb. You can see that, right? Yeah. And he threw a fucking pass, which means you have to have ball control and that thumb has to work right,
Yeah.
And so he goes and throws a touchdown pass, like literally the next fucking play. Busted thumb. And I was thinking, God, how can a guy be that tough? And then after he retired, I found out that he was like addicted to pain pills and shit, right? Like all through his plays, all through his career. And I'm like, that makes sense. That makes sense because it seems like you would want something to numb the pain if you were just like nonstop getting smashed by other people. Especially if you got a career that lasts that long. I can see something like that. Sucks because it kind of put an asterisk on him as being the toughest guy. Jim Kelly owns it though. He's still the toughest guy I ever seen play the foosball, bro. I mean, think about that, man. Jim Kelly took a fucking shot every play.
Yeah.
I watched him through the 90s, dude. Every play somebody just boom, just freaking nail him, right?
Yeah.
And that guy got up, wiped off the blood, and went out there and kept going. And he went to 4 Super Bowls in a row. And nobody thinks about what it takes to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, think about what it took to get our teams to this. It really takes a lot of winning, and you got to win when it counts. You got to trudge through the hard times and just keep going, right?
Yeah.
And he did that. Jim Kelly did that 4 times in a row. Okay. Then the asterisk on that is he lost them.
Yeah.
Jesus, man. Back then you were allowed to kill a quarterback. Right? Now quarterbacks get to go out there in princess dresses and they're not supposed to be hurt and they just dance around and shit, right?
You blow on them and they get a flag called on them.
I mean, you'll get a flag, bro. You can't go over there and mess his hair up,
They flop like LeBron James.
Call me old fashioned, but I remember the good old days and I liked them that way, where you could have a game that ended 5-3. You know what I'm saying? Like a
Mhm.
defensive monster game, dude. Just I loved those.
Hell, when was the last time a defensive player won MVP of a league? I want to say,
I ever? Like who?
I think it was
Say
Bruce Smith.
in the
I think Bruce
80s?
Smith was the last.
Really? So that would have been
Yes.
95, 4. Bruce Smith was on the Bills back. No,
Yeah.
was it in the mid 90s? Right when he
I could be wrong though.
retired. I think he made it to like almost the late 90s. I thought he was a freaking badass,
No,
wasn't he?
actually, I lied here. It's so there's been two defensive players that have won the award. Alan Page in 1971 as a defensive tackle.
1791. That's a long time
1971.
ago, Anthony.
I'm dyslexic. 1971.
Hey, Chris.
Alan Page. And then the last defensive player to win MVP in the NFL was the New York Giants linebacker Lawrence Taylor in
Lawrence Taylor. All right,
1986.
so yeah, I thought you were right about Bruce Smith getting the one though, because he was a beast back then.
He was a
dude. I
beast.
remember that.
So let's look at this. I'm gonna look at the most valuable player
Chris
list
just
here.
totally missed me talking how good I was talking about the Bills. What's up, DTN? Hey,
Hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing?
The legend. Yeah, we got to see DTN's face last night. I was very happy, bro.
That was pretty cool, man.
I knew you were a good one, dude. I knew you probably was better looking than me, and it turned out you are. Damn it. Damn it. Everybody's got to be better looking than me. It's a
so
curse, I guess.
The last running back to win an MVP in the league was Adrian Peterson in 2012.
Yeah, gosh, he was really good too, bro. I wouldn't mind seeing Saquon Barkley get the W. I think something needs to be done about everybody voting on who's the best and all this shit before the Super Bowl's over. That should be a postseason thing. Then we'll have something to talk about postseason.
Yeah.
And also scabbing people's quarterbacks, bro. They're trying to scab your or coaches, I mean. They're trying to scab your coaches. They're trying to scab my coaches. These guys are still in the fucking playoffs.
Yeah, wait till the season is over.
It's starting to sound like some of the Lions coaches were so busy putting their coaching group together for their next job. Maybe they weren't paying enough attention in that playoff game. Like so the league needs to really do something different about that. No phone calls. I don't give a fuck that you lost. You lost. Shut the fuck up and wait until the winners are done playing. Then go scab the winners' coaches. You know?
Right.
Then go try to scoop up a winning coach and take him to your team. But let them get done with the goddamn championships and the Super Bowl first, because you guys are distracting guys by saying we'll give you a head coach job, and they're still trying to be a good offensive coordinator or defensive coordinator. You know, you're scabbing assistant GMs when you should just be fucking waiting until it's over, man. Like, let them finish. I don't care who's in it. If somebody starts trying to scab a Bills coach and they happen to beat the Chiefs this weekend and are going to the Super Bowl, and said scab team is trying to steal his coach, and his coach isn't thinking about the Super Bowl and ends up literally losing the Super Bowl for them because he's so busy thinking about what coaches he's going to take with him and making phone calls and doing deals. Fuck. That's a crock of shit. You losers need to stay the fuck out of everybody else's team until the big boys are done winning. God damn, dude.
So
I'm really seeing it, dude. They're trying to take all my coaches. How do we beat the Chiefs? We can't beat them regular, so let's strip all their coaches away.
Right.
Jesus, man. Like, leave Spags alone. He's busy right now trying to figure out what to do against the Bills. That's a juggernaut that we got to go play. And so let my coach do his job. Man, what's wrong with these people? right? And let Anthony's coaches
Yeah.
do their job.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I realize it sucks to suck. Okay. But let those guys finish their season and then don't suck because you stole their coach after the season. It gives
Right.
everybody something to stay into the NFL for during the off season. It's only a win. So all those months that I have to sit and I wait for football to come back on, right? We could be talking about coaching, There's plenty of time. It's not camp yet, so we could be talking about coaches. The
Yeah.
coach carousel, you know. We
Did
could be
you?
talking about
Yeah.
trades and all that stuff after,
Yeah.
you know.
This is something crazy that I just seen on this whole MVP list. Did you know a place kicker was voted MVP in 1982?
Yeah, I remember. God, what was his name? Oh my God, I remember. Anthony, I remember this. Holy crap!
Who did he play for?
I don't remember, but I remember. Wait, no, I'm gonna remember about 2:30 in the freaking
I'll
morning
tell you
because I'm
what.
gonna wake
I'll
up
give you a
and
hint. He
be
played for
like,
the
"Oh, there it
Washington.
is."
He played for the Washington Redskins.
God dang it! What's his name? Oh
Back in
no!
1982.
Who am I thinking? Lowry? No,
No,
no. Lowry was the Chiefs,
I know
but I
his
thought
name
he
if you want
played
me to
at
say
the Skins for a minute. Oh, this is gonna make me crazy.
Eminem. His initials were Eminem.
I don't remember Anthony
Mark Mosley.
Mosley. God damn it, he was really good. Oh, I remember Mosley. Boo. I'm not supposed to forget stuff like that, but I've been learning something every day. And when I learn something new, it comes in here and then something falls out the back.
It's okay.
It's
But
full, bro. It's
it's cool though.
full.
It's crazy. Yeah, I forget you were probably what a 18-year-old kid at that time, maybe a 20-year-old.
In 82. So in 82, I think I was 11 or 12, but I was watching the
Okay,
football. Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
crazy.
dude. So
And the year
I was
after that,
watching the
Joe Theismann
football.
won the MVP.
Ask if I'm 20 in 1982. Fuck
Ah!
you, bro.
I
I thought we were friends, you jerk.
was.
Jesus, do I look 70, bro?
I didn't math right. It's okay. I didn't carry the one, or I carried the one too many times.
It's good, bro. Just teasing back. Cheers, man. Mike, you got an echo? Am I echoing? Or is it Anthony echoing?
Who's echoing?
Mike said mine has an echo.
In my head.
Oh my God, he got me. So I got
Ah.
a story for you, bro. This guy at work got me today. So he's like the superintendent of this job, right? And then so he calls me. Well, he was there and we had a meeting, and so I'm busting butt with this big excavator and I'm digging out this thing, and it's a big long dig, and so I get started and I'm a ways. I'm like 25% done with this big job, and then he calls me up and he says, "Hey, you didn't start on that yet, did you?" And I go, "Yeah, you said you needed it done by Monday. So you're damn right I started on it because I don't want to work over the weekend. I got a football game to watch, a couple of them." And he's like, "Oh, well, just hold off on that because I don't have approval." And I'm like, right when I'm about to go, why the fuck didn't you get approval? Like right when I was about to go at him for it, he goes, "Oh, hey, did you hear that Pete Carroll might go to the Raiders?" And so I go, "Oh man, that sucks because that'll just be a thorn in my side for years." Pete Carroll, he's a damn good coach. And we started having this football conversation. About 5 minutes into it, he goes, "Oh, I got to take this call. Hey, I'll just see you tomorrow," and hangs up. And then I started thinking about it, and I was like, that sneaky fucker knew all he had to do was talk football to me and distract me, and he could sneak out before I got to chew his ass. Sneaked up on me. Anyway, yeah, that I thought that was a funny story. Pardon. Mike with the voices in his head fucking got me. Two of them got me today.
I'm kind of interested to. So you want the Washington. You're hoping that the Washington Commanders can upset the Eagles.
No, I think the Eagles are definitely the better team. Definitely
Yeah.
the better team. I said specifically in my words, I said if the Commanders come into that game as hungry as they were the last game,
Yeah,
I don't know who can beat them.
that's
I don't
true.
know who can beat them because that kind of hunger brings a certain kind of drive, and that kind of drive runs shit over.
Yeah.
Right? Like imagine a tank that can go 60 miles an hour. You get that fucking equipment going that fast, it's plowing right through a wall, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what they're playing like, a tank that can go 60 miles an hour. Just, oh, jeez, dude.
Not that it may or may not make a difference. So the Washington Commanders, their road record this year is 5-3, and the Eagles are 8-1 at home.
Well, the Commanders have been on the road this
Mhm.
entire playoffs, brother.
Yeah, that's
And they've
true.
already won 2 games in a row, and one of them
Yeah,
against the greatest team in football.
yeah, they beat the Lions. The
One of them
Lions were
against the best team in football. The
yeah.
best team in football got taken down by the Commanders. They've been on the road this whole time, bro. I just really don't. Andrew Locke. That's a cool name. You hope they lose to the Bills, huh? You know what? I hope either way, none of our guys get injured and we have a good game because
That's
Anthony's
all
my
I care
best
about.
friend, and I'll still high five him if his team's going to the Super Bowl. I'm gonna be like, dude, you guys finally got it. You've been busting your head against the Chiefs' door this whole time. You finally cracked it open. Now win the goddamn Super Bowl. So
Right?
whoever wins our game, I'm wanting to win the Super Bowl. That's just it. That's said and done. Boom. You're a Commanders fan? I got your back, buddy. Yeah, all year long. I've literally been like kind of a low key Commanders bandwagoner since I saw Jaden Daniels walk on the field. That kid did great his first game, and he's done great ever since. He could be the reincarnation of my patty cakes.
Hmm.
He's good, dude. He's so good. I was sitting with Guy. He's a big Packers fan, and we got done watching his game, and then the Commanders game was coming on, and I said, "Dude, watch this kid, Jaden Daniels. He's something else, you know. Like this is fun watching this kid." And he goes, "Which one?" I go, "Watch the quarterback, the new quarterback for the Commanders." And Jaden Daniels came out there, and he did exactly what I said he was gonna do. He just went out and kicked ass, man. Commanders got something good to look forward to. Yeah, and literally that's a scary team. That's the scariest team. Everybody else, we know what you're gonna do, right? The Chiefs know everybody else. If it goes Chiefs and Commanders, I'm kind of worried that we won't have any idea what to god dang do against them. I know my coaches are good enough; they'll figure something out, make it a good game. But the Commanders are scary. That's a hell. That's a hell of a team they got going on over there, buddy. Good coaches and everything, you know. I mean, Isn't everybody trying to scab the Commanders coaches too? Jesus, man. All these losing teams, they just want to steal everybody's coaches.
Right?
Pops was born in Washington, D.C. Cool. Right on, Andrew. So, yeah, he's an old Redskins fan for life, for sure. So, Commanders fan for life. Yeah, I'm glad you guys finally got a good owner that was going to put some money into the stadium and into the team. That's pretty nice. It's paying off too, huh, Anthony?
Oh yeah.
That new
Buffalo's good.
ownership is already paid off. Already paid off, dude.
Yeah. Believe it or not, ever since
Miami
that
kid.
Pagulas bought the Bills, the Buffalo Bills are doing pretty dang good, and
Yeah,
it's
the
been
Bills are doing
nice to
great.
see that. And
Bills are totally doing great.
yeah, and then and then now we got a new stadium that'll be open next season as well. That's going to be pretty
Yeah.
cool. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Die hard Miami Dolphins fan. You
So
know
you like
what?
the Dolphins?
Respect, bro.
So the Dolphins is your
Respect.
primary team?
You know what? The Dolphins have
Mhm.
good guys on their defense, man. They got real good guys on their defense. I think the defense mostly carried them through the season, and nobody gave the defense any credit. They tried to give credit to Tyreek, who's not great, but
Uh-huh.
that defense is good, dude. They really buckle down.
I
I,
think
I
the
just,
Dolphins messed up though. I think the Dolphins got rid of Van Ginkel and then gave him the
yeah,
and he signed with Minnesota, man, and I think that was a mistake because I think Van Ginkel
I,
was a badass.
it wasn't a mistake for Minnesota.
No, it wasn't.
I think a lot of times, man, the Dolphins end up buying these real expensive guys like Tyreek,
Mhm.
and then Waddle wants some money, and then Tua says he wants some money, and it's not worth it, dude. Tyreek is absolutely not worth the money. But I think the biggest probability with the Dolphins is I see them shooting in the draft, trying to get a franchise quarterback and using Tua to, kind of train the kid.
Yeah,
You
Dan
like
Marino
Dan
was
Marino?
awesome.
So you're my age then. You're getting up there. So if you
Yeah,
remember Marino, because I remember watching Dan Marino.
Dan was awesome. I loved watching Dan and Jim
He
Kelly
was
go at each
really
other.
good, dude. Really good.
Bills, the Buffalo Bills, and
I remember
Miami
him
Dolphins.
faking one of those when the quarterback gets the snap and he spikes it right there behind the line. Faking one of those and pitching it over
I
everybody's heads
watched that
against the
game.
Jets,
I
dude.
watched that game.
It was against the Jets, dude.
Yes, I think it was. It was
I
on
was
like Monday
like,
Night Football or something
that's
like
a
that.
dirty
I
trick,
Dude, I
dude.
think it was on Monday Night Football. Dude, it was a
That was
Monday
such
Night
a
Football
dirty trick.
game.
The defense was just standing there like, whatever. I guess we're gonna spike the ball, and he just throws it over there. He was already winning. That was just a jerk move, man. I I like Dan Marino from that play forward. If you can throw a defense down like that and make them off step like that, you are a king. About
So you were
to
born
be
whenever
30,
Marino
huh?
was about to retire then.
And yeah, you're a bit younger than me. I remember turning 30, man. Some of the best years are late 20s, early 30s for sure,
Yes, they
bro.
are.
For sure.
They were pretty good.
Well, I mean, in your late 20s, you've worked. If you're a worker, you've gotten to the point where people understand that you're a damn good worker. By your 30s, they start kind of trying to pay you for it. By
Mhm.
your 40s, you should be training new guys and getting paid well. And then when you get my age in the 50s, you don't want to do shit, but they still need it done and they know you can do it. uh, cheers, Andrew. It's good to meet you, bro. I like the Commanders and I like the Dolphins. I like the fans of a lot of teams too. So you're totally welcome here. We're not gonna bag on the team. I'm gonna try to say good things about your team, bro. I think the Dolphins are gonna try to get a franchise quarterback and have Tua help train him. I think they're gonna look for something like that in the draft.
Do they need a better coach?
And I don't like analytics. I think their coach is probably nice, dude. He's probably a cool guy and everything, but he does analytics, and I don't believe in that for football. Analytics doesn't take into factor the human, because humans are different. A human is not a algorithm. Human is different, man. We think for ourselves. At some point in a human's life, they go, is this all shit all fake around me and this is set up so I go and so they're testing what I'm gonna do in this, yeah, it is. It's all about you. We're all testing to see what you react like. Come on, man. Humans are weird. Why am I here? Biggest question ever. Why am I here, Anthony? I think there was a overabundance of beer on the planet, and I was stuck here to help diminish
Yeah.
the overpopulation of these things.
Big Tom Brady fan, huh? I'd never.
So I was never really a Tom Brady fan, like fan, because he was kind of always the enemy. But damn, I never could disrespect that guy. As much as it drove me nuts that he just owned us all for 20 goddamn years. You gotta salute the greatness, bruh. You got to.
Yeah, if I wasn't rooting for Jim Kelly and the Buffalo Bills back in the '90s, I was rooting for Barry Sanders and the Detroit Lions because I loved watching Barry Sanders. But after they all left, I watched Brett Favre, Peyton Manning.
I mean, dude, there's just been so many greats, man.
Yeah.
So here's the guy that nobody remembers, Jim Thorpe. Why don't you Google Jim Thorpe while I go have a piss? I'll leave this thing here. I don't even remember how this works. I gotta leave the microphone and stuff here. I'll be right back.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, me and Jamie talked about Jim Thorpe. My gosh. Yeah, Jim Thorpe was he was an American athlete and an Olympic gold medalist. Awesome. But I'll tell you what, I'm excited to see about this Bills and Chiefs game. It's going to be interesting to see. Buffalo has a good offense. The defense is something else, but I'm interested to see what happens. And the cool thing is, my mom and dad met Dan Marino. Oh wow! I bet that would have been awesome to meet Dan Marino. I heard he's a class act and a cool cat. Really, him and Jim Kelly were when Jim Kelly was diagnosed with cancer in his jaw. Dan Marino went to the hospital to see Jim Kelly, and it was pretty neat to see quarterbacks in the '90s and how they would always support each other. And it was just awesome to see Dan Marino support Jim Kelly in the time of need when he had cancer.
Did you look up Jim Thorpe?
Yeah. My mom and dad were asked to dinner with him back in Miami. Oh wow.
With who?
Dan Marino.
Oh, cool. Nice. Was this before or after Jim Carrey's movie?
Before Ace Ventura or after Ace Ventura?
Yeah. Einhorn is Finkel. Finkel is Einhorn. Even Dan Marino. Everybody goes.
It was before.
Oh, nice. That's pretty funny.
So James Francis Thorpe was an American athlete and an Olympic gold medalist, a citizen of the Sac and Fox Station, Thorpe was the first Native American to win. I guess I got to click on the whole thing.
Dude, this
The
gets
first,
good.
the Native American to win a gold medal for the United States in the Olympics, considered one of the most
Yeah.
versatile athletes of modern sports. He
They
won
tried to
2
hide his
gold medals.
shoes.
Yeah, he won 2 gold medals in the 1912 Summer Olympics, and one in the classic if I can speak, my gosh, pentathlon, and the other in the decathlon. He also played football, so his football career. Who I forget who he played
And
football for.
that. Yes,
Yeah.
I see that. Cool. Yes. Let's go. Keep going, bro. Jim Thorpe was a badass. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just noticed that Matt showed up.
You're good, man. You're good. So, and he also played football and professional baseball and professional basketball. He lost his Olympic titles after he was found he had been paid for playing 2 seasons of semi-professional baseball before competing in the Olympics.
Yeah, ain't that a booger? But look up his
Wow.
NFL stuff, dude.
Yeah, so let's go to the NFL.
He was the greatest athlete to ever walk the planet, bro. Native American feller named Jim Thorpe. Greatest athlete to ever walk this planet. That guy was just amazing, man. He went to the Olympics and he was so good that like they tried to hide his shoes. Like some other teams tried to steal his shoes.
Okay, I'll read his football thing. Thorpe had not abandoned football either. He first played professional football in 1913 as a member of the Indiana-based Pine Village Pros, a team that had a several season winning streak across local teams. And this is all on
Hey,
Wikipedia, by the
Daniel.
way.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah,
So,
keep going. Sorry. Daniel showed up, said it, had to
and
say
during the
it.
1910s, he signed with the Canton Bulldogs in 1915. They paid him $250 a game. And so he only grossed
The greatest athlete in the world
7,530.
for 250 bucks a game, buddy. Greatest athlete in
Yeah,
the world, Jim Thorpe. Greatest athlete ever to
a
walk this
tremendous
planet,
wage
bro.
at the time too, by the way. So before signing him, Canton was averaging 1,200 fans a game, but 8,000 showed up for Jim Thorpe's debut against the Mathlan Tigers. The
Well
team
worth
won
the
titles.
250 bucks.
Yeah. The team won titles in 1916, 1917, and 1919. Jim
Yeah.
Thorpe reportedly ended the 1919 championship game by kicking a wind-assisted 95-yard punt from his team's own 5-yard line, effectively putting the game out of reach, basically. Wow.
Did you hear what you just read?
Yeah.
95-yard punt.
Yes, with the wind-assisted.
I mean, it doesn't matter,
Wow.
dude. They're gonna say the wind assisted it. They're gonna say the refs assist. They're gonna say that it's rigged or that Taylor Swift helped or whatever. You know, they're gonna always say some shit like that. That was a 95-yard fucking punt, dude.
Yeah.
My God. Jim Thorpe, greatest athlete ever.
But if you
You
want,
heard about
Google
Jim
him.
Thorpe?
Wikipedia, man, it has a lot of stuff on him on
He's
Wikipedia.
literally the greatest athlete to ever play any sport, and he played all of them. If it
Yeah.
was a sport, this guy was bigger, faster, and stronger than everybody in it, and he fucking walked through them to prove it, bro. Jim Thorpe was the greatest athlete ever. I know it's way before our time and stuff. It's like the early 1900s, bro.
Yeah, and I'm
But
pretty sure the
if
reason
you
why they hid
don't,
his shoes was because they of racism. I know I'm not being political. I'm just saying what it is. He's a victim of racism back in the day as well. So that
well,
you
I
know,
mean, you figure if
being an
he's
Indian.
19, if he's nine,
Mhm.
if what year was he born? Like 19 what? 02?
80, I think he was born like 80 something. What year? Let's see here.
1880? 1880 something? No, because
1980
he
something.
no. This Jim Thorpe. He's from a long time ago, dude. He went. It's like World War One era.
So in 1904, he was 16 years of age.
Okay, so he was in the 1800s, the late 1800s.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
What the fuck was going on in this country when he was born, bro?
Yeah, a lot of crazy crap.
Like seriously, dude.
Yeah, 1887.
1887, motherfuckers still walk down the street with 6 guns on their hips.
That's right.
You
He
get
was
it?
born May 28th in 1887.
Yeah, people still wore revolvers, 6 guns, for just in case somebody wanted to have a fucking shootout. and he was what they called an Indian. I call them Native Americans. Because some guy that came over thought he hit India doesn't mean that that's who these people are. They're Native Americans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in that time, man, nobody gave a shit. If you were not white, you were not treated right,
Yeah.
except for by regular folks. But none of
Yeah,
the
he was
laws
born
were
in
going to help
Indian
you.
Territory of the United States. Later, it was considered Oklahoma, the state of Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So he was born in Oklahoma as what became.
I was born just north of him.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, if you're a guy in Nebraska or Oklahoma or Texas or Kansas or any of those places in the right where all the farming happens and you get born there, you might as well be considered an indentured servant because you're doing all the work, kid. That's why my parents had children, so they didn't have to do all that shit by themselves. See, these days kids are just spoiled rotten, man. Like, what did you do today? Oh, I played Xbox. Why are you 250 pounds and 5 foot, like 4'2"? Like, come on, little fat kid. Like, get outside and go skateboard. Like, go fall off your bike. I love watching kids fall off their bike. We should have lots of children on bikes so I can watch them fall off of it.
I've eaten some damn dirt on the bicycle. I scabbed my elbows, my
in
knees.
the Wild West. Daniel knows, man. That was literally the Wild West, 1880s. So in 1859, the first government-appointed deputy land surveyor was sent to Utah. He put in his federal notes that he was run out of state by militant Mormons because they didn't want no government people down there, right? And then the Civil War was 1860, and so then like in 1870, another guy went out to Utah to start measuring land, and there was already thousands of miles through Kansas, Nebraska, Oklahoma, all those flat states where it was easy to see a long way through the scope and you could get a good straight line. And so, but militant Mormons, these are the people that are out here literally fighting Indians and trying to like either fight them or learn to live with them. And that was out in Utah, and that had already happened in Kansas and Nebraska because the tide pushed west, right? Just pushed west. There was nothing you could do to stem the flow. It was called eminent domain. And so by 1880s, I mean, what was there wasn't even a car till like 1904 or no, 1902 or 1901, right? There wasn't even cars, man.
Yeah.
People got cell phones these days. They don't understand it. It wasn't long ago. I lived it. I was in my 20s and you still had a phone stuck to the wall before there was a cell phone, right? You had to go to the wall and stand by the wall and hold this thing.
He had like a
When I was a
50-foot
kid,
cord.
yeah, when I was a kid in the 70s, man, there was a party line. So you'd get on the phone and you'd do the ring thing to get the operator on there, and you say, "Hey, I'm trying to connect to this number," And so then it would ring at that house, but then everybody that was on the phone right there could listen to you guys' conversation. It was a party line. That's how phones worked at first. It was just one wire and everybody was on it. So you just shut up and let people have their quick conversation. Oh shit, Jenny's in labor.
Betsy's been on that phone for 30 minutes. Get her off of that damn thing.
No, nobody stayed on the phone. It was like if there was an emergency, if the ring came up, you let them do their thing. Especially if you were just yapping about, hey, how many eggs did you get out of your chickens? These were fucking farmers, bro, in the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Disco was in the big cities, man. When I was a kid, we had one radio station and it played Hank Williams, and I don't mean Junior or the third, Hank Williams. I rode a horse to school. I went to a one-room school, Albion, Nebraska. I rode a horse to school with my sister, and I would walk home along the river with my fishing pole. She'd ride the horse home. That's a fact, man. There was
3
9
a.m. comes early.
kids. There was 9 kids in a one-room little house. The shitter was outside. It was an outhouse. That's real, dude. I lived that shit. That's Nebraska. Then I went to Kansas and I went to school and stuff. In Kansans, they want you to actually learn shit. Nebraska, it was like stay dumb and farm, play football. I'm not big enough. I got to go to Kansas and wrestle. Packers fans back. I love Junior, and Senior for sure. Have you heard of Hank Williams III? If you like Junior and Senior,
you'll like the grandson.
Have you heard the third? Because that kid, I seen him in concert, man, and he come out and he played some of his grandpa's stuff, old Hank Williams. And then he played some of his dad's stuff, family tradition, right? And then he started in some metal, bro, like some real rockabilly. And he doesn't like the fake goddamn country either. He gets pissed off when people are fake country. You got long hair, heavy metal guys in your country band. Hank the Third is like, the fuck are you doing? The fuck you got a rock and roll guy playing your guitar for? Yeah, that new country ain't country. And I'm a heavy metal guy. You guys, my battery's about to die. Anthony, we're going to end up on a thing like last night.
All right. Well, let's kind of preview the game for a couple minutes. Who are we going to pick this weekend for football?
Who the fuck am I going to pick? Let's see.
Let's start with the Washington Commanders and the Philadelphia Eagles.
I like the Commanders if they're hungry like they were last weekend. But I like the Eagles just because they're the better team. That one, I'm almost... It's almost impossible for me to pick, bro.
Oh, dude, I like Saquon Barkley.
The Eagles are so fucking good, dude.
I like Saquon. I just wish he wasn't
I'm going to say it, dude. The Eagles are going to overwhelm the Commanders because nobody can keep that hunger that long.
But
next year,
Jake Daniels, though. Come on, man.
Winning, dude.
Jake Daniels, he's got ice in his veins, man. He's got ice in his veins.
Dang it, dude. I really like the Commanders. I want to pick the Commanders with my heart so bad.
Yeah.
But if I had to put $50 on it, I think I'm calling the Eagles, bro. That's the hard part here. Because with the Chiefs and the Bills, I'll just put $50 on the Chiefs. And that's no diss to the Bills either, because that's a goddamn good team. But that's because I'm a Chiefs fan. I have to.
So let me ask you this. Since, because we talked about it, and I said, I'll bet you $30. I'll bet you a 30-pack that the Buffalo Bills are going to go farther than the Chiefs. Did I not say that? Remember that? I said that.
Yeah, that's what the whole year was about.
Yeah.
We knew we were going to be in the championship. Before the year even started, we even talked about that. Our teams are that good. We're going to be in the championship. So, yes, the bet is still on. It's a 30 pack.
Plus a
of
12
beer.
pack too, right?
I still
Or
owe
is
you
it
a
just the
12.
30? Is
No,
it
I
the
owe you a
30 or the
12,
12?
but you keep coming
Uh-huh.
over to my house and doing streams with me and drinking all my fucking beer. So I think you drank about 30. I
But I
might
gave
only
you
owe you
18 of
12.
them. I gave you 18. I gave an 18
Okay.
back now. Come on now.
Either
But
way,
no,
dude. Either
yeah,
way, the Bills win. I'm gonna high five you. I'm gonna hug you. Say kick their ass in the Super Bowl, and I'll
yes.
buy you a 30 pack. For real. If the Bills win, I'll buy you a 30 pack, and I will high
Well,
five
yeah.
you and hug you.
And
I
then
will
I'll
say
give you a
good
30 pack
job,
if the Chiefs beat the Bills. So
and you're gonna high five me and hug me too,
of
right?
course.
No, I don't believe you. You're gonna be so salty.
It's okay.
We got a
I'll-
prediction right here. Buffalo Bills Nation says 24-23. That is a freaking close game, bro.
I think it's gonna come. I think it'll be
Wow.
like that.
That's a close game. That means a bunch of field goals and stuff. That means touchdowns and field goals. So you're thinking the Chiefs are going to kick that many field goals? I don't think the Chiefs are going to risk field goals with Harrison Butker being a little bit hurt. I think we're just going to go ahead and go fucking score. Unless we're really, really close, just take a field goal, sure.
I don't know
I was
the way
thinking
I'm kind of thinking it.
27-24 Chiefs win. 27-24 Chiefs win.
I'm predicting the other way. 27-24 Buffalo.
Awesome. This is gonna be fun, bro. So you're gonna be just sitting right here next to me, right?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have beers and we're gonna have a good time, and then all of
We're
these
gonna
people
talk
can
shit to
come
each
in.
other because that's what you're gonna do.
Man, and I tell you what, I might shit talk, but I really like the Bills. It's a good team, dude. I can't say anything bad against your team, brother. You're my best friend, so if I lose, I hope you win. You know, not this game though. I hope you lose this game. All right, man. We're gonna kill the stream, boys. Thanks for hanging out. That was really fun, Anthony. I love you, my friend.
I love you too, my brother.
My wife's got dinner for me, so I'm gonna go.
All right.
Tell her that I love her more, like I was supposed to do and stuff.
Well, yeah. I don't want to get her. I don't want her kicking my butt.
Well, what? She'll just like slowly stop cooking as much for you, and then like slowly weed you out of the situation, right? Like,
yes. Are you ready for some football? Some championship football.
You know what, Chris? Be here on Sunday with us, brother. I can't wait. We're gonna have
Buffalo
some fun.
Bills are coming to Arrowhead to play those Kansas City Chiefs.
Good night, boys. Good night, Anthony.
Good night. Go Bills.